I didn't want none of my boys to see me or whatever.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. But I always, for some reason, would stay in the middle one. Because across the street, they could come up. And I used to see those fuckers looking. And they'll throw eggs. They'll fucking throw potatoes.
A rock.
Yo, everything. I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers, man. They don't leave. And then when it was their turn, we'll do the shit to them.
That's the way it goes, man.
And that was how it was growing up. It was fucking fun in the Heights.
I know, man. I remember.
The thing is, talking about sex and all that and all that shit, I know I was asking you. The shit is old school recipe cooking versus the Food Network and those Rachel Ray's and Bobby Flay things they got going on now.
Yeah.
So, growing up in my household, my mom never owned a measuring cup. She never owned teaspoon. Those are the things that come in different sizes.
Yeah.
Never.
I know, they're magicians.
Bruh. She always had a bucket or where the soda crackers used to come, that green container.
Yeah, the soda crackers, yeah.
And always in there was the rice.
I know.
With the red.
My mom used to put a taza.
Yes.
The taza's inside.
Either a taza or my mom was a red rubber. It was like a red rubber cup. Come to find out, my sister had one. My neighbor. I was like, where the fucking bought this?
My mom did the same thing too.
So my mom used to tell me when she's going to step out, oh yeah, your father's working. He gets out at 5. By 4 o'clock, ponme 5 tazas de arroz blanco en la olla. Like, yo, how we know that's enough? My mom knew, bro.
Yeah.
That 5 cups of rice will feed all of us that night, and my dad would take lunch.
No, it's true. I used to look at it and I used to be like, that's little. And then I don't know how that shit. Then they'd be like, pop, pop, pop. When they're finishing, then you see that pot. That shit is like full.
And then when it comes to seasoning chicken or steak, my mom's just pa-da-pa-pa, Goya here, Goya. It's not like if you take 2 teaspoons of salt, blue.
No, Rachel.
None of that. Yeah. And yo, the food will come out banging. Now, fast forward 20, 30 years, you got people watching Food Network.
Yeah,
and
or
YouTube. And they have to do it exact measurements for it could taste what they want. I'm trying to figure out how our moms and their moms knew this is how we cook. It could be they probably had so much experience growing up. Maybe their parents taught them.
Yeah, man. And then it's definitely like that.
My sister's the same way now. And you know my sister could cook. And my mom. So it's and they still don't measure anything.
Nah, they don't.
It's like...
And they don't even put timers. Like for the pernil shit, they just do it.
And when...
be asking, ¿Está hecho? Todavía no. And you're like...
Falta como 2 horas.
You open that shit, like, that shit look cooked.
And she don't put no...
They don't put no fork to see if it's cooked.
Or that temperature to tell you...
the temperature shit. They just know. They were like... I remember my mom, like, I used to try to assist her to do stuff. Yo creo que está hecho. Todavía no. I'm like, God damn it. I used to think in my head, this lady's crazy. She's going to burn it. And then she knows the perfect ahora. You got to do that shit quick.
And even with catering service now. Oh, how many people are going to be in your party? Well, I believe it's going to be 30 or 40. Okay. You sure? Because I need an exact number. Because I got to make sure I make enough plates.
Yeah.
You tell my mom, we're going to do a party. Okay. Like, how many people you think's coming? I think 15, but it might be more. Yeah. Yo. No measuring.
Yeah, no measuring.
And all 30 people will eat. And you still could take food home.
That is true, man.
How they do it, I do not know.
Yeah.
I wish I had that magic, that power.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things. And the soda, the cracker thing, that's the funny because I don't know why they do it. I want to see who's the inventor of that. Who's the one that said, yo, take the rice out of the canilla bag or whatever and then put it in that green thing.
or a bucket.
Yeah. Who invented that?
And I bet you every Spanish...
With a taza.
Every Spanish family had that growing up.
Yeah. We want to hear from you people. Like, definitely, like, let us know if you guys have different ways of either cooking, if you guys do different methods of, like, cooking or funny Spanish things that you did it a certain way.
Because even now, when I make pancakes, I measure the shit. I feel like I'm a dick. I'm like, oh, if my mom makes pancakes, quítame esa taza de ahí. I don't know how to
Yo, and you know what's the funniest? When you look at the box, right? You look at the box. Mami, te lo estás haciendo mal. They don't like, you be like, no necesita, it needs butter. And they're like, eso no necesita butter. They put oil. And they still make that shit good.
Yeah.
I used to tell my mom, no, mami, tú no puedes poner agua, es leche. No, yo lo hago. They used to do that shit. You're like, ooh, shit, how the fuck they do it?
Yeah.
They don't, and you tell them, no, mami, eso cocina para media hora. And they be like, no. And they know.
I don't know, man. I do not know how they do it, but they work their magic. I'm just happy that I don't have to do it all the time.
Yeah, man. So, fucking a lot of interesting shit going on this week. You know, we're getting into our chuleta smack of the week, people. So, Al, do you want to start this shit off first?
Yeah. I'll give the. I do like the Dudley Boys when they say get the table.
Get the tables.
Lee, get the chuleta. So what it is, I'm a big fan of this guy. I follow him on Instagram. I watch his show on Stars. He's a cool dude. He's the biggest troller of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about 50 Cent.
Mr. Curtis Jackson.
A.K.A. Curtis Jackson. Like I said, the Chuleta brothers are a fan of yours, Mr. Curtis. But not so long ago, maybe like 4 or 5 days ago, you sent me a text about Rick Ross being in the hospital with seizures or whatever. They were saying he was almost going to pass away or something. Mm-hmm. Come to find out, the day of or a day later, 50 on his Instagram page puts a picture of Drago from Rocky 4. And the part that goes, if he dies, he dies.
You know what's crazy?
I was like, holy shit.
I didn't get it.
Yes.
I know. I didn't get it. And then, like, I was at work, I think Monday morning, and my coworkers, they were talking about stuff. They were like, yo, you saw 50. And I'm like, yeah. And I saw, he posted. They were like, if he dies, he dies. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I didn't get. And I was like, oh, the Drago, because I saw he posted the Drago, but he didn't put no text. But people from the stare and all that stuff.
That was a good movie.
I didn't get it. Yeah, no. I forgot, and I was like, I forgot that's what he meant.
Yeah. And I think that's when that part is when he fought Apollo. Mm-hmm. And he banged him out.
Yeah.
And Apollo looked like he was twitching in the ground. Yeah. And that's what he said, if he died. Funny shit is, Ross is probably twitching because he's having his seizures.
Yeah, no, it's so fucked up.
And then,
it's fucked up, but it's kind of funny in the way, in a weird,
it's
but
funny because they've been going at it since probably 2009, 2010. Mm-hmm. And this been going back and forth.
But yeah, I don't think there's no real beef, though. It's not like him and Ja.
Like, they should just call Dana White. Yo, Dana. Put us in the fucking cage, and we're going to solve this. It's like...
Yeah, get it
when
over
that Blanquito beat up Sticky Fingers in that MTV shit.
Yeah, that skateboarder.
That skateboarder put it on him in that boxing ring, and Sticky Fingers never was the same.
What was that, celebrity boxing or something?
It was
pretty cool, that show.
It was like a
Tanya Harding fought in that
It was like a X Games skaters and rappers, and this skater boy just put it on him. And Sticky Finger was never the same thug again. People, if you know what I'm talking about, YouTube it. Sticky Fingers get beat up by a skater boy.
Yeah.
What's your Chuleta smack of the week, bro?
For me, there was a few. But I just kind of narrowed it down to one. One was there's a big boxing match that's supposed to happen. I don't know if it's still happening. I think it's Cinco de Mayo.
Well, I think they're saying it's still going to be on because what's going on.
Of course, it's boxing. The motherfuckers need money.
It's a big money maker.
So my big Chuleta smack of the week, it goes to Canelo Alvarez. So this is a Mexican guy. If you guys don't know boxing, he was the one that fought 50. He's actually probably the up and coming, or probably going to be...
He fought Mayweather.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. There's a beer talking. He fought Mayweather. A lot of girls like him and shit. So this guy got popped for like Clenbuterol, which is like a steroid.
It's what I found out.
It's supposed to be like to burn fat and stuff like that. Yeah. And to recover and to last long. It's basically like, especially for a 12-round fight, you won't gas out.
But it really doesn't give you muscles.
No, it doesn't give you muscles, but just the conditioning.
They do it to meet the weight.
Yeah.
And all that. Yeah.
So supposedly he said it's because the beef in Mexico. We still don't know that's the truth, but that's his stuff. And I mean, it's a little fucking weird. I was like, what the fuck? The beef you're gonna blame it? At least blame it on a supplement.
He blamed it on chuleta.
Fucking chuleta.
He blaming it on us, bro.
There you go.
Our podcast is contaminated.
Man. I think we're going to Triple G, man. Yeah, we got some fucked up chuletas. We gotta clean them out.
Yeah, our podcast is contaminated.
I need to use it then, so I could drop some weight. Fuck that shit.
No, but the funny thing is about that is that we're saying a lot of the Mexican fighters get hit with that.
Oh, word?
And it's not just him. So, you know, he went whatever to his Instagram or whatever and started apologizing. So they're saying the fight might still go on because that's what he moved his camp from Mexico to California now. Mm-hmm. Like that, he doesn't, you know. But they say it's gonna go on because I was listening to Max Kellerman and he was like, "Oh no, what they're gonna do is put more of a intense drug testing on him now. He was going through one already.
Yeah.
But now they're just gonna even double up on that.
Well, as long as it doesn't affect the fight, definitely want to see that fight, man.
Definitely the number 2. Hopefully it's not a draw like the first one.
Yeah, I know. I think Triple G won the first one.
That's what I say. Triple G won the first one.
It should be a good match. I mean, especially in boxing, there's not really too many good fights anymore. So yeah, man. Pretty much this week is ending. We're fucking approaching like the middle of the month. We have a few, probably more podcasts before we go to Carol's wedding. We'll probably try to crank out a few out there and more. I think more as like also WrestleMania comes. We'll probably do a special WrestleMania one.
Yeah.
And you know, any topics you guys have for us or any suggestions or anything, it could be anything stupid. You want us to fucking talk about balloons or whatever the fuck comes into your mind, or foods or different things like that. Definitely let us know.
Spanish Mother's recipes, bro. That's like the best.
Yeah. Spanish Mother's recipes and shit. Yeah, man. I think that's pretty much it. Anything fucking for you?
Nah, man. Next week we'll talk about wrestling because I heard some rumors probably coming about the next few weeks. One of the big ones is they saw Built to the Real at the WWE headquarters, so maybe people are rumoring that maybe he might come back, which I would like for him to come back because he's a great heel. But we could talk about that next week's podcast.
For sure.
That'll be after Fastlane, or maybe we'll do a Fastlane.
Yeah. A Fastlane, a pre one,
like we did for the Royal Rumble. Fastlane's not a big one, but hey, to do an episode that'll be great. But yeah, like Lee said, man, hit us up in all our social media, like Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah, you know,
Facebook.
Yeah, anything, like add us, you know, on Stitcher, add us as a favorite. Same thing could be done in iHeartRadio, Spreaker. You could add us. You could subscribe to it. It's just free. It's basically make it easier for you guys to, whenever the new episode comes out, you guys already have it.
And
iTunes as well. Subscribe to us. It's just look for us under the podcast. Any comments, suggestions, you have an email, chuletabros@gmail.com. You know, Instagram, Chuleta Bros, Twitter, Chuleta Bros, Facebook, Chuleta Bros. And I think that's it, man.
I do definitely want to give a shout out to everybody that is listening.
Yeah.
And if you like the show, spread the word. The more ears we get to it, you know,
man,
the more people we can reach. We do appreciate it if you are listening. Like I said in the beginning, this is our episode number 9. Hopefully when we do episode 100, we could do it at a club or something. We could all meet up. Boom, boom.
Yeah. No, I think as the weather gets better and stuff, we'll definitely try to have a few, like, of our friends and stuff. Maybe we'll talk about funny stories either we all had together or whatever the case may be. But anyways, people, we love y'all. Fucking Chuleta Brother signing off. We'll talk to you sometime soon.
We're not contaminated. Sorry, Canelo. Peace.